So here we go. Last film study. This is where we're going to end the show at. Chargers at the Raiders. Now, obviously both these teams aren't in the playoffs. That's why we're not going to spend that much time on this film study. But I do kind of want to end it on the fourth down attempts by Brandon Staley, because obviously this is what he's been preaching all year long. They were going to live and die by the fourth down conversions. Brandon Staley stuck to his guns. So overall, I'm not blowing Brandon Staley's fourth down attempts this season out of proportion. I know a lot of people in the media currently are calling for Brandon Staley to be fired. I don't know if I go that far. Yes, was this a lackluster season? Yes. I mean, this was a total letdown for the Chargers. They started out so hot, so good, beating the great teams. I think they beat the Chiefs early on in the season. They beat the Raiders early on in the season when they were trending up. So, obviously given what they did last season, they should have taken that next leap and made the playoffs this season. I get all of that, but Brandon Staley never wavered, folks. He went for it on fourth down in this game, still in pressure, high, tense situations when you needed to pick them up. So Brandon Staley, everyone loves to kind of say, oh, Ron Rivera is so great. Riverboat Ron, yeah, Riverboat Ron. He's so good. Every time Ron Rivera goes for it on fourth down, they literally say Riverboat Ron. It's a little overdone a little bit, obviously way overplayed. Like, this is a new era of football where literally everybody's going for it on fourth down now. So can we stop praising Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron, when y'all want to condemn and villainize Brandon Staley here? Brandon Staley does not deserve to be fired after 1 year. Once again, this is just a pure drop back passing team. They don't really have any gadget. They have Austin Eckler, who they should probably get a little bit more involved, and that's kind of crazy to say since he's pretty much involved heavily in the offense, passing and running. But maybe you get him a little bit more involved. Maybe add an extra depth here offensively, because with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, they're just kind of pure deep threat, single line, one-on-one matchup, win it all the time, deep threat receivers, where they really don't have these kind of gadget players that they utilize too much. So I would say that's probably the area that they need to focus on a little bit more for next year. But overall, the villainization of Brandon Staley because he's aggressive, I don't love it, and I definitely don't think he should even be close to losing his job. But everybody is kind of, villainizing him, and I get it. He did go for it a ton on fourth down. It always didn't work out for him, and he only needed to win one more game out of all of his losses to have made the playoffs. So I get it from that sense, but from the other sense of just playing by your morals, playing by your principles, never wavering, always being confident in your decisions, I think that speaks high volumes for that leadership position that the head coaching position is. Now, if Brandon Staley didn't go for it on any fourth downs here, was way conservative, clammed up, all that, then yeah, I could probably see me getting on the side of, hey, yeah, probably look in a different direction. Biggest game, highest pressure game, and he changes his overall identity. That's not a leader, folks, but Brandon Staley is a true leader. First year at the head coaching position with still Justin Herbert still getting better and learning the game a little bit. At the NFL level, I think it's way too premature to fire Brandon Staley. So, with all that being said, let's watch all the fourth down attempts. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fourth down attempts. Let's talk them all through, see how they impacted the game, influenced the game, and all that. So here we go. First, fourth down attempts came on their second drive of the game. We get 13-23. Here it is. We get 4th and 2 at the Raiders' 19-yard line. Here we go. They're down 10-0 at the 19-yard line. 4th and 2. Justin Herbert in the backfield. Here we go. Dropping back to pass, and then boom, dinks it down right at that first down marker, and it picks up the first down. Fantastic. And they got 7 points out of it. So now it's 10-7. Once again, a tough situation because if you kick the field goal, it's still a one-possession game. But Brandon Staley said, hey, we're down 10-0. We got to get some energy in this game. It's already the second quarter. We haven't done anything the first quarter. Second quarter here, we've got to get some points. We've got to try and take momentum back, and that's exactly what he did, and they were able to get back in this game a little bit. making it 10-7. Then the following drive, they get a touchdown. So now they're actually up 14-10 because Brandon Staley was aggressive. If they kick the field goal, then they got the touchdown, then it's just tie game. But no, now they've got the lead. Now they just put the pressure back on the Raiders. Overall, I think this was a decent decision. It's Brandon Staley's decision. We don't love going for it for fourth down, or like on half the times Brandon Staley went for it, but this is Brandon Staley. We're not going to knock you for being yourself, for being your identity, for believing that this would work and get the job done. It decently did, but they just missed the playoffs by one game. So maybe rein it in a little bit, retool your overall approach a little bit, give him a second year, folks. After 1 year, you want this man gone? I think that's crazy talk. I think it's true crazy talk to say that. So first fourth down attempt, conversion, leads to 7 points, leads to a 14-10 lead. All right, then the second fourth down comes in the third quarter. Here we go, 8:57 on the second drive, and this one unfortunately does not go. 4th and 1 from their own 18-yard line. Now this one is very woof. This one was aggressive as heck, as true heck. Down 17-14. Second half, third quarter, 9 minutes left at your own 18-yard line, and they go for it. 4th and 1, long one, and they run it right up the middle, and the Raiders sniff it out instantly. Don't love the play call here. I would like to see Justin Herbert do like a QB sneak because he is a big, beefy man out here, and that's what he's designed to do. They hand it off. It does not go. Big time aggressive. Now this fourth down, not conversion, leads to 3 points by the Raiders. This game ended in a tie in regulation. 3 points by the Raiders. You subtract those 3, the Chargers win. So if you're going just based on this one alone, this could have single-handedly lost them the game right here. All right, next fourth down conversion. Here we go. They had to start doing all these fourth down conversions because they got down big. 2 possession down. They have to just start slinging the ball. But that's when Justin Herbert shines, folks. And this is kind of what we're saying about this Chargers offense. When you just let Justin Herbert sling the ball, that's when they're at their best. And Justin Herbert threw the ball 64 times this game. That's the most this year, folks. That is the most a quarterback has thrown the ball this season for, folks. 64 times is absolutely absurd. But here we go. 5 minutes left in the game. They're down 29-14, down 15 points. 4th and 6 at the Raiders 18-yard line. They have to go for this one. You can't kick a field goal here. And there it is, just barely getting it right there. Justin Herbert gets them the ball right at the first down marker, and the receiver, Mike Williams, stretches the ball just enough over it. That's a fourth down conversion, and they keep on trucking. All right, then we get it a couple of plays later. We get a 4th and 21. A 4th and 21. You've got to go for it here. 4th and 21. And guess what happens, folks? Guess what happens? 4th down, 21. Justin Herbert dropping back to pass. Launches it deep, and it's a touchdown, Chargers. This is where we thought potentially the fix is in. You know, since the whole tie scenario with the Steelers getting into the playoffs was obviously talked about this entire game, the lead up to this game, all that. So here we go, 4th and 21, and the Raiders give up a touchdown. Absolutely pathetic. So they get that fourth down conversion, 4th and 21. Then on the following drive, more fourth down conversions. 4th and 10 from their own 17-yard line is when it begins. Here we go. Down 7 points, 29-22. Minute 47 seconds left. Justin Herbert dumps it down 3 yards short, but Keenan Allen gets the last 3 yards on the 4th and 10. Picks up the fourth down conversion, keeping it moving. But they've got more fourth down conversions to go. Next fourth down conversion, we get a 4th and 10. Here we go. This one's bailed out by a penalty. 4th and 10. Here we go. At their own 28-yard line. 1 minute and 12 seconds left. 3 timeouts. 4th and 12. Justin Herbert going right at the line. And it's incomplete, almost a pick, but they get bailed out because of defensive holding. Once again, the fix could have potentially been in here. All right, next fourth down attempt. It's the last fourth down attempt here by Brandon Staley and the Chargers team for the entire year, folks. Here we go. 4th and 10 at the Raiders 43-yard line. 22 seconds left. One timeout. Justin Herbert dropping back to pass, going over the middle of the field, wide open, decently wide open, about a yard open right there at the first down marker, and it picks it up. And then we get Justin Herbert slinging a touchdown, going into overtime. And then overtime, we get the Raiders getting the game-winning field goal, Chargers tying it up with the field goal, and the Raiders kicking a game-winning field goal. And then here we go, another 4th and 9. I forgot they had one more 4th down going for it here in overtime. They must go for it in overtime at their own 26-yard line. Justin Herbert, 4th and 9, down 3 points, going over the middle of the field. Mike Williams catching the ball and going big, 40 yards there, getting them into field goal position. So Justin Herbert can get it done on 4th down. We've seen it. I mean, these 4th and longs absolutely wild, which once again gives Brandon Staley the confidence to go for it on 4th down. You go for it on 4th down because you trust your players, your quarterback, your weapons at the wide receiver position. So I'm not knocking Brandon Staley for going for it on 4th down. They convert more than they miss, folks. They get it done usually. So it's just Brandon Staley trusting his guys, being confident in his own coaching decisions. I don't think that's something you fire after 1 year. Now, if the same things happen next year, they missed the playoff by 1 game and all this and all that, then maybe we could start looking at it a little bit more seriously of, hey, maybe he doesn't deserve a 3rd year, but just for being aggressive, you're going to fire him. I don't think that, because it didn't work out this year, man, oh man, I don't believe that's the right call. So Brandon Staley still being aggressive as always, living and dying by his principles, living and dying by the aggressiveness. I don't think I have any big problems with it.